And with that, we are on day 2 of the YouTube for Agents Turn Subscribers into Sales Challenge. Hello! All right, the important questions first. Did you get the text message? I still didn't get it. Man, I don't know what is up with that. I thought it was the coolest technology ever, and I just can't get it to work at all. So did you get the text message? If you did, let me know. I did get the email, thank goodness. And I apologize for the link issues yesterday. I saw a lot of people saying that the link wasn't working. I know exactly what happened. I used this external software to schedule it, but then I moved it from where it had scheduled it into unit number 2. And I think it changes the actual URL where that video is going to be. So then when you click on the link, you get an error message. So I'm just going to go live every day directly into Unit 2. If you go to Unit 2, they're all pre-scheduled. If you just click Get Reminder for each day, you'll automatically be notified when I go live each day. Just come to this Facebook group, go to Unit 2, scroll down and look for the appropriate day, and hopefully that'll be the easiest way to do it so nobody gets lost and they can't find it. James is saying yes. Does that mean that you got the text message? Or does that just mean like, yes, we're doing this, we're getting started? Deb, I know, it's freezing. Look what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a scarf and a sweater. It's so funny when you live somewhere that's warm all year round and then you get a cold snap, you're like freezing to death. So we woke up this morning, it was 38 degrees and I was getting my son dressed for school. And you would think that it was 10 below. I mean, I lived in Salt Lake City for 17 years. I know snow and I know cold weather. But now that I lived in Georgia, I am a big fat wuss. Oh my gosh, I am so cold. Like all day I keep putting on more layers. So yes, I'm wearing a sweater. I'm wearing a scarf. It's crazy. You just got the text. Okay, good. Well, yeah, I can't explain it. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Maybe I'll try different software next time. Just saying. So anyway, let's talk about the homework from yesterday. Was it harder than you thought? Was it easier than you thought? I know it's kind of scary to niche down. People always are saying, can I have more than one niche? Can I combine niches? Do I have to only pick one? Aren't I going to be turning away business if I am focusing on one specific subset of all of the clientele out there? Aren't I going to be like turning away business? And honestly, no, I know that it's a scary thing to do, but that is the secret to explosive growth on your YouTube channel. It really is. And I'm going to show you examples of channel art today as we're going through channel art, and you'll see that all of these people have niches as well. So did anybody come up with, oh, Chicago, I bet it's freezing there. Did anybody come up with some niches yesterday that maybe you had never thought about before and just had like an aha moment? And the rule is if somebody is in your market and you see their idea for the niche, you can't steal it, okay? You got to get your own. You can steal a niche idea from somebody who lives in another state. That's fair game. But if they're in the same market as you, that's not so cool. So I know it is so cold. I'm looking everywhere. So Deb says it was harder. Oh, Robert, you're in Stewart, Florida. My grandma lived in Stewart for many years. It was a beautiful, beautiful area. Although the beach there was it's all just shells, crushed shells. And I was body surfing and I'd come into the shoreline and tear up my knees as a little kid because it was all shells and not sand. So Tiffany says it's easier when I hear you talk about it, but it's hard when you go to do it. I know. But trust me, you can start with a very specific niche and then over time go broader. In my case, it was military, but I started getting so many leads from people that lived up north that just didn't ever want to shovel snow again. They wanted to move to the south. Even though they were not in the military, they were still relocating into my area. So I eventually kind of broadened my niche. It was people that are relocating to Savannah from somewhere else. Do you like that? Do you like that little second camera angle? We were working on that all morning. It looks good, huh? So we were able to broaden our niche, but we started very, very focused and we went broader over time, and that's okay. And again, if you start with a specific niche and you find, like, let's say that you decided divorce was going to be your niche. People have asked me about this before, and I'm like, to me, that does not sound like an enjoyable way to earn a living. You're going to be constantly listening to people argue. You're going to be constantly being in the middle of a fight and asking them to choose sides, or they're asking you to pick a side. And it sounds like it would be a very, adversarial type of transaction. And is that what you want to do 100% of the time? I would not enjoy serving the divorce niche. I know many people that do, and they make a great living doing it. For me personally, I would not enjoy it. So if you decided that was going to be your niche, and after 3 or 4 months, you're like, oh my God, this is awful, you can change it. You can morph into something else. The same way that luxury agents now probably didn't start in luxury. They worked their way up and then became a luxury agent. You can start somewhere else and it will evolve over time. And that is perfectly okay. All right, so let's review what the agenda for the whole week is again. Today, we're talking about channel art. If you already have channel art, we're going to help you overhaul it. If you don't have any at all, we're going to create it from scratch. And then tomorrow, we're going to be talking my favorite day, the secret sauce, the secret to getting found on YouTube, because there are a bazillion videos on YouTube at any given moment. Can you hear my dog snoring in the background? She was outside whining. We had to let her into the room. And if you hear the snoring, that would be Emma. Then on day 4, we're going to talk about thumbnails. The thumbnails are the little preview picture of your video that are so important to getting views on the video. And then on day 5, I'm going to give you a very brief overview about what the YouTube for Agents program is about. And then we'll talk about a call to action, getting your phone to ring. What do you do to get somebody to pick up the phone and contact you, send you an email, go to your website, however you want them to contact you, and actually try to hire you, because that's the goal, right? So without further ado, let's talk about some channel art. So what does your channel art need to have? And this is my personal opinion, but these are the things that I think channel art should always include. And that would be these things right here. It should clearly tell the viewer what the channel is about and who it is for. That way, when they arrive on your channel, if they just glance at it, especially if they're on their phone and it's teeny tiny, they glance at the cover art, they are able to immediately determine if this is a channel worth following. Is it for them? Yes, great. Maybe I should subscribe. I wanted to tell people where you are located. I've seen some really great channel art in the past, and I couldn't tell where they were located. Now, if I did a search for, San Diego real estate, it showed up in the search results. Okay, I'm going to assume it was San Diego real estate. But if it just showed up because the algorithm suggested that we should watch it next, I need to be able to tell where you're located. And if there's nothing on the channel banner, not a photo, not anything, it just says, Karin, the world's best real estate agent, that doesn't help the viewer. They're not going to know where you are located. Then we probably all have to disclose that we are real estate licensees and who our brokerages are. I would assume that is the same in every single state and probably every province as well. As far as outside of the northern US, North America, I don't know. You'll have to find out what your rules are. But here in the US and in Canada, you probably always have to tell people who your brokerage is. And then last but not least, your vibe, your style, your brand, like getting to know you and your personality just by the photo that is your channel banner. It's a challenge, but it can absolutely be done. So I'm going to show you some really great examples of channel art that I really like. Let me look at some of these comments and see if there's anything that I can answer before we move on. Rodney, you're in Charleston. We're neighbors. It takes me less than 2 hours to get to Charleston. It's not that bad at all. Cher, you are struggling with getting that niche. Okay, if you have any specific struggles, put them in the comments. We'll see if we can help you out with it, okay? Let's see, what else? You're military, retired Air Force as well, Rodney. Awesome. And Charleston has a huge base there, so that's cool. You probably have plenty of people to be able to work with. Divorcee agent. Okay. I mean, divorcee or divorcing? Like if we're talking about already divorced people, that's cool. I don't know that I would enjoy the divorce niche though. I just think that would be really tough. John says military and civilians come into Scott Air Force Base. That's awesome. Where's Scott again? Huh? Illinois. Thank you. I don't know where all of the Air Force bases are. Luckily, my husband is retired Air Force, so he knows. Hello from Gilbert, Arizona. Okay, another one who wants to go for the divorce niche. All right, well, let's look at some examples of channel art that is pretty darn good in my opinion and quite effective. So let's share the screen. This is my buddy Sam Sansalone. We've never met in real life. We're only Facebook friends, but I've known him for years now. He services this area of Virginia called Hampton Roads. And if you have ever seen his Christmas time blog where he says all of the great places to go see Christmas lights, oh my gosh, that blog post gets picked up by the local news every year. It's crazy. He gets like thousands and thousands and thousands of views on this blog post. It's really cool. So on his channel art, he talks about his name and his brand, right? His face is front and center. His color scheme is part of his brand. His name is in his logo. Then he's got his brokerage logo as well. But we can see a really nice color scheme that all goes with his brand. Sam's vibe is super casual, low key, and he's wearing like this sweater, right? He wears like a fleecy pullover. I don't know if hipster is the right word. I'm not really cool enough to know what all these things are, but you know, I've never seen him in a suit. Let's put it that way. I've never seen him in a button-down shirt with a tie. He's usually very like he's going camping. You know what I mean? That is his persona. That's how he shows up on camera. And people like that about him. If they're watching his videos, they get to know that that's his personality. And they're drawn to that if that's what they like about him. He says where he is, Hampton Roads. That is, he's telling people right off that this is where I am. I'm in Hampton Roads, Virginia. And that way they know if they land on this channel and they start watching his videos, they know whether or not he can help them. Because if I live in Idaho and he's in Virginia, he's not going to be able to list my house for me. Then in the background, he's got just the stock photo of the area. So it's a pretty photo in the background, but it's not too busy. It's not super colorful. It's easy to read the text on top of the picture because it is a little bit transparent and it's kind of faded out, if you know what I mean. So Sam, if you're watching, great job. The only thing I think you need is you got a link to a landing page in where you've got the YouTube logo and then it says Facebook. You know, you can link to the landing page on your website and you could offer them something like a buyer's guide or a seller's guide or a relocation guide. Like that's prime real estate, my friend. You should put a link there. You'll get people to opt into it right from your homepage. And then look at his thumbnails. When we start talking about thumbnails on Thursday, these are some really good looking thumbnails. There is a consistent look and feel. They're not all the exact same color, but they're kind of, you know, an overarching color scheme, but the design is very similar. These look nice. These are really good looking thumbnails. So well done. This is Jody. Jody is in the Emerald Coast of Florida, which is Panama City Beach and Destin, Florida. And she likes to work with military as well. So I love that on her channel banner, she's got a picture of somebody in their BDUs. So right there, we can automatically see that she works with military simply by the image that she has on her channel banner. Again, we've got her brand. We've got her logo with the little heart and the door. She's got a great big laugh. You know, I love that. Like when I see that picture of Jody, I just can tell she's one of those people that's going to be laughing and having a good time and fun to work with, right? She doesn't come across as overly serious. Just the photo of her immediately tells me what her channel is going to be like. And then we see a picture of a house in the background that is very representative of what it looks like where she lives. She's got the call to subscribe, the areas that she services, Emerald Coast Homes. She's got her brokerage information. I love that she says new videos every Wednesday. There is no greater accountability partner in the whole world than telling everyone when you upload new videos by putting it on your channel banner. Trust me, there have been so many times where I just did not think I was going to make my deadline, but I have it right on my channel banner, new videos every Monday. So I feel obligated, like I really need to do it, to tell everybody what my schedule is and then commit to it. Then last but not least, we have Bob. I've practiced saying your name so many times. Jenis. I still can't do it. I'm sorry. So Bob is in New Jersey. New Jersey is kind of a strange place because they don't have, like, you don't say Metro Savannah or Metro Atlanta. They go more by county. And he is in Bergen County, which is, I think it's in the north part of New Jersey. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you exactly. Oh, there it is. It's on his little picture of New Jersey. It's got it highlighted. The northeast corner of New Jersey is highlighted in red. So it's telling everybody where he is located. Now he's got the rainbow right on there. That is his niche, right? He is declaring it to the world. I think that is awesome that he is just putting it right out there and letting everybody know. If you don't want to watch my channel, that's perfectly fine. No hard feelings. And if you do want to watch my channel, we're going to be friends. And he's already getting a ton of leads from his channel, and he's only got 156 subscribers. So you don't need to have millions and millions of subscribers. You don't have to have thousands of subscribers in order to make this work for you. I have found, like, I've done surveys of all my coaching students and said, when did you get your first lead? And it's usually somewhere between 80 and 100 subscribers. I really don't know why that is. I don't know what the correlation is, but it seems like once you get somewhere around 100 subscribers, that's when you start getting leads from your channel. And I think it's because you're getting enough views and you're giving enough positive feedback signals to the YouTube algorithm that people like the content and they start to push it out into the algorithm a little more frequently. So back to Bob, he's got his logo, he's got his niche very clearly defined, the area that he services, new videos every Friday. He's got links in the bottom right-hand corner of the channel banner. You can go to his website, you can follow him on his other social media platforms. This is all awesome, great things. Raylene says, your camera angle looks so good. Thank you. I appreciate that. We were working on that this morning. I wanted to do that. In fact, I think we need to do it again, shall we? Let's go to the second camera angle just so that I can show you. Oh, that's the regular camera angle. And there we go. The second camera angle. It's kind of funny. So I have a big light in front of me over here. I have a smaller light over here just because it was kind of dark out and I wanted to make sure I had enough. I have this light behind me shining on the back of my head, which is called a hair light to separate me from the background. Normally, you probably would not need this many lights, but hey, my office is now dark navy blue. So I went with all of the lights. And then we just put another camera on a tripod over here so you can kind of see what my whole setup looks like, just because it's kind of fun. All right, so back to the share screen. Let's go to one last example. This is Angela O'Hare. Angela is in Las Vegas. She helps people that are relocating to Las Vegas. At least that was the basis of the channel when she first started. Kind of like me, people that are relocating into the area. But she lives in a master plan community called Summerlin. She really started to focus on Summerlin, and now it's probably 75% of the videos on her channel are about Summerlin. It is a huge master planned community, and if she did nothing but sell houses in Summerlin, she would probably have a fantastic career. So she really gets a ton of leads now from her channel. She's got 3,000 subscribers. Look at her thumbnails. They look so good. There's very definitely a consistent look and theme, and these type of thumbnails get clicks. And now what's so cool is because she's had a bunch of videos that really performed very, very well, it kind of raises the baseline. So normally I put out a video and I get 100 views in the first 48 hours. Let's just say that that was your typical. If you have a video that really takes off, like the one we saw yesterday from Will Friedner, the Living in Montana one, now you have this video that takes off, then you start getting maybe 1,000 views in the first 2 days instead of 100. It's like it raises the baseline. When you start having videos that are performing very well, it lifts the whole channel and all of the videos start to perform better. So that was some examples of channel art, and let's see what questions you might have that I can answer for you. Let's see. So many questions. Let's see. Is my internet connection not doing well? I've had horrible internet problems today. When we moved, we had to get Comcast, and Comcast is not my friend right now. They've been out to our house 3 times since we moved in because the connection is so awful. When we wake up in the morning, if it's cold outside, we have no internet at all. So I'm not going over Wi-Fi. I'm plugged directly into the modem right now, the router. So I'm very sorry to say or see that it's still having issues. The only alternative was for me to literally go to the office and film it in my little tiny office at the brokerage, which I really don't particularly want to do. So, okay, let's see. Somebody says hire a graphic guy. Yes, we are going to talk about that because you can make your own channel banner, or you can just pay somebody 10 or 15 bucks to do it for you, which is perfectly acceptable. Like if you don't have a lot of graphic design skills, there is no shame in hiring that out. Nobody says you have to make it yourself. Absolutely. Eric says you can't access yesterday's recording. When you go to the Facebook group, there is a tab that says units. Go to units, and all 5 trainings are going to be in there under units. It will say the broadcast was over. You just click on it and it starts to play. Okay, so you'll be able to see all of those. Oh, Lisa, thank you for putting the links in there. So yes, if you want to check out Jody's channel, there's the link. You can just go to YouTube and then click on it and take a look at what her channel banner looks like if you want some more inspiration. Cool. Let's see. And there's Bob's, yay. No, I'm not saying anything bad about New Jersey. I lived in New Jersey for 2 years. It's just different in that the counties have a ton of towns in each county, right? Like each county will have, I don't know, 30 or 50 towns in it. So you don't say like I can say the Savannah area. For you, you don't really call it that because you're in a, like, unless you said right outside of New York City or the Jersey Shore. Everything else, you kind of go by county, or you go by central New Jersey or South Jersey, or you know what I mean? It's just a different name of what you call the area that you service. Yeah, still frozen. Dang it. I'm very sorry. All right, so we won't switch the side camera angle. Maybe that's what's happening with the problem. Oh, thank you, Emma. My dog is yeah, I'm not going to tell you what she's doing. Awesome. Gwen says, once we select the day to consistently post videos, how many should we post? Well, if you decide you're going to publish every Wednesday, I would think 1 video on Wednesday is plenty. You don't have to post 3 videos every Wednesday. I think 1 is fine. If you could commit to 2 a week, more power to you. I will tell you that it's very, very difficult to maintain that kind of schedule, especially once this starts to work and you start getting a lot of business from it. You just don't have that kind of time to devote unless you have an entire staff who is helping you. So I would say pick the schedule that you can commit to long term. I decided for me, once a week was plenty, and I figured that it would be enough to see growth on the channel and still be able to maintain it when I started to get busy. Now, when I did start to get really busy, I mean, there was one day where I felt like I was in the car for 5 hours a day and said, this stinks. Like, I'm not getting any paperwork done. I'm not returning phone calls. I'm certainly not filming and editing and all the things. That's when I started to hire help. And it really was a game changer for me to be able to get assistance with this and hire an editor and have somebody helping me with all of the behind the scenes stuff. I didn't start that way, though. It took me a good 9 months minimum before I even thought about hiring an editor. But once you get somebody to help you, it makes it so much easier. Yes, yes, yes. So Luciano Cruz, what a great name. How do you switch camera angles like that? So I'm using a program called Ecamm Live, which is very similar to StreamYard and BeLive TV. It's software. It's for Mac only. At the time when I bought it, it was a flat fee. You just paid for it one time and you were done. Now it's a monthly subscription fee. I don't know how much it is per month, but at the time when I got it, it was like 99 bucks. I paid my 99 bucks and now I have lifetime access. So score, but I've had it for a couple of years. Anyway, you start up the software and you can use your webcam, you could use a camera, you could share screens, you could hook up your iPad and share your iPad screen and then take your Apple Pencil and draw on the iPad and like use it like a whiteboard. It's so cool. There's so many different things. And it's external software that you have to run, but then it lets you broadcast live to any of your social media platforms. So if you plan to be doing a lot of live stuff, it is pretty darn awesome. Which brings me to going live on YouTube. For a real estate channel, going live really stinks when nobody shows up. So I would caution you to wait until you have a fair amount of subscribers before you go live. Because if you go live with your video, like let's say that Monday is my publishing day and I didn't make a video this week, so I say I'm just going to go live instead. If you only have 35 subscribers and nobody joins you live, it's going to be so awkward because you're like, okay, I'm just talking and there's nobody here watching, and it makes you feel like a big fat loser because yes, I've been there, done that. I would say wait until you have a few more subscribers before you try going live, just so that it can be a little more interactive, because when you see people in the comments talking to you, it makes it easier for you to continue the conversation. But if it's that or don't publish a video at all this week because you fell behind, you know what? Try going live. What's the worst that can happen is nobody shows up live, but hey, you've got the live there on the replay that people can watch all the time. As long as you leave it public, people will see it. Awesome. Let's see. Tiffany says, I sell rural property outside of Denver. Is that too niche? Not at all. I think that's an awesome thing. So what could you call your channel? Maybe Denver countryside or rural Denver, or if it's like the East or the West or the North or the South, does it have a nickname for the area? And then on the channel banner, maybe you put horses or cows or goats or something like that. We bought a house we closed at the end of October. We moved in 3 weeks ago, and it has a chicken coop in the backyard. Now, we don't have any chickens yet, but we want to get some chickens. So what if I decided I wanted to specialize in selling country property like that? That would absolutely be on my channel banner. There would be a picture with a house with chickens running around in the backyard. And I live in Effingham County, which is known for being the country in Savannah. And I would say something like serving the Effingham County countryside. I don't think that's too niche at all. I think it's brilliant. And besides, Denver is a huge place. So if you decide that that is your focus, there's still plenty of opportunity for you that way. Yeah, LaPortia says, I hate Comcast. Not happy with Comcast right now. I haven't had it in 4 years, and now I remember why. So how do you create banners? I am so glad you asked. I'm going to share my screen with you real fast. This is the template that I am going to be sharing with you. It is made in Canva, and I'm going to give you that link here in just a few minutes. When I give you the link, you will click Use Template. So as long as you already have a Canva account, a free Canva account is perfectly fine. Click this link. It will open in your account, and it will say copy of channel art design. That way you know this is a copy. You can go ahead and modify it. You're not modifying my original. And I kind of made this as though it was a tutorial. So this is the template that comes from YouTube and Google with the dimensions on it. You can go over to the Google Help menu and download this document. And I forget what it's called. It's something crazy like fireworks.png. And it tells you what the dimensions need to be for your channel banner. Now, when you look at it, you would think that you have all of this, right? The entire thing. But if you look in the top left-hand corner, it says TV. And then it says desktop, tablet, desktop minimum, and mobile. So if your design fills the entire area, the lightest gray giant box, no one will ever see what's in the very top and the very bottom unless they are watching on their television. And most people are not watching YouTube on their TV, except for my child. My 8-year-old loves to watch it on TV, but I don't think the average person is, at least not according to my analytics. So you want to make sure that everything important is going to be in that center darkest box where it says text and logo safe area. That will be what they see on a phone. Anything outside of that area, they can see on a tablet, they can see it on their desktop, they can see it on their TV. But the only thing someone on a phone will see is what is in that darkest area right in the center. So here is an example if you made channel art and it looked something like this, I want to make sure that the most important stuff is right in the middle, because again, if you're on your phone, that's all you're going to see. I want my picture to be there, my channel name, if I have a cute little tagline, the area that you service, if it's not already part of the channel name, and then I can put my logos off to the side. I could put on new videos every Thursday, and then I could have some sort of call to action on the far right, like click here to subscribe or click here to download your free thing. That's not an actual link. That's just something that goes on your channel banner. You put the link in the back end of your YouTube channel, but you could at least draw their eye to where they would click on it. So when you're in here, you can use this as a background, right? As you're designing your channel art, put your channel name there, and this is all changeable. So you say, I don't like that text. I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to change that text to something else. I'm going to change the name of my channel. I'm going to take away her picture and put my own picture here. I'm going to put my logo here and how frequently I plan to upload. I'm going to put a picture in the background. So if you're in California, maybe you put the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge in the background and you fade it out so that it's not too bright. And then when it's all done, you're going to download this. So you can click, like, see how it says page 6? I only need to download page 6. I don't need to download all of the other pages as well. So I would just simply go to download as either a JPEG or a PNG. If you are on the free Canva plan, I don't think PNG is an option. It's only JPEG. So just download it as a JPEG. That'll be perfectly fine. You're going to download it and save it with a name. And then you go over to your YouTube channel and you click on your little face in the upper right-hand corner here. And let me make sure I'm on my Georgia Coast Homes account. And then I go to my channel. So I want to click on your channel and I want to watch it as though I am the viewer. So this is my YouTube channel homepage. This is my page with all of my videos that a viewer would see. And when you hover in the upper right-hand corner, you get the little camera. If you click on that, this is where you're going to upload the thing that you just downloaded from Canva. So you'll come over here. If you've never uploaded channel art before, it's probably going to say upload or add. If you have something there already, you're just going to hit change. And when you click on that, it says, okay, what do you want to upload? And you go browse for the thing that you just got from Canva. If you upload it and then you look at it and it's not quite right, maybe your face is getting cut off or the text is getting cut off, just go back over to Canva, move things around a little bit, download it again, upload it again. You may have to do this several times. Or you can just do something like go to Fiverr.com and have somebody make one for you. So for example, I ordered mine from this guy right here. His name is Design Owl. We're going to give you the link. Like if everybody goes and hires Design Owl, the poor guy is going to be like, oh my God, why did I get 150 orders on the same day? But he only charges $15 for the basic plan. The standard plan gives you a profile picture and the channel banner. And then the premium gives you like matching Facebook and LinkedIn and all the other platforms. But the basic one is just the YouTube channel art for $15. And he made that one for my YouTube for Agents channel. And I was so pleased with how it turned out. I gave him a rave review. He ended up using that as the example on his gig. So now he just shows like, this is what it looks like when I make you your channel banner. He did a great job. I got his name from Paul Likens. If any of you follow Palm Beaches Paul, and he's made like 5 or 6 channel banners for me now at this point. So I think that if you don't want to bother with making it yourself, absolutely just pay somebody else to do it for you. Alrighty. So let's see what questions you've got that I can answer for you before we wrap up today. And I'm going to share the link. So can we share the link to the channel art right now? And I'll have that pop up on the screen. I think it's youtubeforagents.group/channel art. So as soon as we can find that graphic, we'll have that pop up on the screen for you. It says youtubeforagents.group. So let's see. I got to go to my overlays section. One moment. I am not seeing it. Here it is. Here, nope, it's not showing up. Oh, well, technical difficulties. It's youtube4agents.group/channel art. And that's how you will get that template that I was just showing you a few minutes ago. All right, Tommy says, are there hard and fast rules to the channel art as far as appearance is concerned? Do certain colors resonate better? What I have been told is that the YouTube colors are red and black. And so ideally, you do not want your channel to be red and black because it just kind of blends into the YouTube branding. So my channel art used to be red and black. And then when I heard that, I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. So I made it more one of the secondary colors of my channel, which is the aqua color instead. I would pick something that is high contrast colors that will stand out in the news feed. But other than that, just get something that is consistent with your branding and hopefully eye-catching. So I was looking at somebody's channel one time. Her colors were very muted. They were like a very pale, watery blue and a sandy color and a cream. And while they were very elegant and lovely and true to her brand, they were kind of lackluster. They didn't have a lot of punch to it. So I said, are you married to these colors? Would you be interested in making them just a little bit more exciting to try to grab attention more? And that was my suggestion to help make them a little bit more exciting. What is the size of the channel banner? I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Actually, I do, because when I go back over to my Canva channel banner, and actually, let's do this. It was youtube4agents.group/channel art. I can tell you exactly what it is. So the overall size is going to be 2580 by 1440 pixels. 2580 by 1440, but that's the great big size. And remember, your stuff needs to just go right across the center, because if your face were in the upper left-hand corner, for example, no one will see it. If they're on their phone, if they're on their desktop, nobody will see it. The only people who would see it were the people on their TV that are, they got a smart TV and they're sitting on the couch and they're just streaming YouTube on their television, but somebody on their phone would not see it. Let's see what else I can do for you. Will you critique my channel art? I would be happy to, except for one thing. You did not opt in where I could see your name and your profile picture, so I don't know whose that is. But I would be happy to critique somebody's channel art. The first person to put their channel name or URL in the comments, the first one that I see, I will go and critique your channel art right now, okay? But I have to know what your channel name is, and I have to know what your name is. And the first person that I see is going to win a little present. What do we have in the box? If only we had some game show music sound effect. We don't. We did last time, and it was pretty darn funny. Oh, look at this. It happens to be a YouTube for Agents mug. I hope you are not offended by swearing. There is a hashtag on here that says SEO is my biatch. And when I review your channel art, I will send you this lovely little swag gift in the mail. So I'm going to look at the comments. And the very first one I saw was Peggy Durstoff. Woohoo! Okay, unfortunately, it is a hyperlink, which I cannot click on. So let me see if I can. Oh, look at that. I can copy it. Thank you. Save. And I'm going to go over here and paste it. And when I get there, could we please share the screen? Awesome. Okay, so Peggy, we are looking at your channel banner. This is not bad at all. Did the design owl guy make this for you? Because that thingy in the left-hand side is looking very familiar. I like the color scheme very much. I like that you've got this consistent color palette. It's not too busy. The background being all faded out like that is awesome. Colorado Front Range. Okay, I see where you're located. All you need to know, okay, home ownership. All you need to know with Peggy. Got it. homeownership tips and info every week. Subscribe. I've got your name. I've got your upload schedule. I've got the area that you service. I know what the channel is about. It's got your photo on it. I think it's pretty much perfect. Very well done. Well done. So Lisa, if you would do me a favor and reach out to Peggy and get her mailing address for me, we will gladly mail you this lovely mug in the mail. Do I have more mugs to give away? I got stuff to give away. Let's do it. Let's do one more. Let's see. Rose Parsons was the next person that I saw. And let me copy yours. Copy. And I will go back over here and save. Alrighty, cool. Let's go see Rose. Okay, so Rose, let's talk about your channel banner, shall we? I have no idea where you're located. So I'm looking at your picture, but I don't know where that is because that may be a very identifiable landmark for you, but I don't know where that is. I'm assuming you're somewhere in the south because I can see a palm tree on the left-hand side, and that's pretty much as good as it gets. So you're going to want to put your picture on it. I want to see the areas that you service. If you have a focus for your channel, so right now your channel name is just your name, which is fine, but let's see what your website is because I do see that you've got the link down there. So, oh, and it doesn't work. lovelyhomesrealtor.com. Do I have to put in https://? No, that is not working for me. Let's see. What if we do www.lovelyhomesrealtor.com? Okay, so you've got to fix the link so that we actually go to your website. But if your website is Lovely Homes, would you like that to be part of your channel name? So we've got some consistent branding. My business name is Georgia Coast Homes. So that is my website address. It is my channel name. It is my Facebook name. It is all of the things, right? I'm trying to have some consistency by using the same name across all platforms. Would you like it to be Lovely Homes? I don't know. Lovely Homes Realtor doesn't really tell me where you're located though. So the things that we talked about today, you want to incorporate into this channel banner. We want to see your face, the area that you're located in, how often you're planning to upload new content, what the channel is about and who it's for. Give us some consistent color schemes and branding, trying to let people really know what the channel is about and who it is meant for. Okay? Awesome. Is that Galveston? I don't know. It might be. I do not know if it's Galveston or not. So, see, that's the problem. If you don't say anything on the channel banner other than a photo, unless people already live in that city, they might not recognize where that exactly is. So that would be my recommendation. Cool. How do we change our channel name? That is a very good question. When you go to YouTube, and you are on the back end, right where we were uploading our channel banner, there will be a link that says something like your Google account name. You have to actually change the Google account name, which then changes your YouTube name. So if you just want to go to the YouTube help section and say, how do I change my channel name? They give you step-by-step instructions. It's very easy. And you can change your channel name as often as you want. I've changed my channel name plenty of times in the past. I think I started with Northern Atlanta Dream Homes, but then I moved and I didn't live in Atlanta anymore, so I had to change that. And then I changed it to Karin Carr. But then I thought, well, I'm going to form a team and I don't want everything to be under my name because then if Nicole makes a video or Kimberly makes a video, but everything was in my name, that might be kind of weird. So then I changed it to Georgia Coast Homes. Then I thought, well, now my name isn't in there at all. So what if it's Georgia Coast Homes by Karin Carr? So I know I've changed my own channel name at least 4 different times. You can do that at the time of this recording. You can do that as often as you want. It's not a big deal. Cool. Let's see. My YouTube channel tagline is the Country Livin' Realtor. No, I don't think that's too vague at all. That tells me exactly who you are and what you're about. I think that's totally fine. And if the area that you service is also prominently displayed on either the name of the channel or on the channel banner itself, I think you're perfectly fine. Can you have 2 YouTube channels and use the same address? No, you cannot. You actually get multiple URLs for the 2 different channels. They can be attached So the same way that when I was sharing my screen, I clicked on my little face in the upper right-hand corner, and I had Georgia Coast Homes, but I also had YouTube for Agents. You can choose which one you want to go to, but they each have their own URL. And once you get 100 subscribers, you can customize the URL. So your channel is actually something like youtube.com/ blah, 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 a whole bunch of random letters and numbers that mean nothing. And it's very ugly and it's hard to remember. But once you get 100 subscribers, you can say, I want it to be youtube.com/ Karin Carr. And that way you get the nice short URL. It's easy to remember. You can put it on a business card. You can put it on a flyer. I've seen people put them on a for sale sign with a QR code. I've seen people put them on just sold postcards with a QR code. So you want to make sure that you get that. But unfortunately, you can't get it until you have 100 subscribers. So that's kind of the reason we would love to get to that first 100 subscribers, is just because then we get a nicer looking URL. How do you add the social media icons? When you are in YouTube Studio, which is the back end of your channel, making all of these changes where you're uploading your channel banner, there's a section that says links, and you get 5 links that will be displayed. They're not part of your channel art. It's kind of like they're on top of your channel art. So you would have maybe a link to a landing page where they could opt in and get something, sign up for my weekly newsletter, go to my website, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever your platforms are. You can have 5 that will be displayed. The first one of the 5 is the largest and the most prominent. So for me, I send them to a landing page on my website. I send them to opt in and get my free relocation guide. When they click it, they go to a landing page, they get my free guide, they fill out the form. I get an email that says, hey, you have a new lead. And so that's the one that I like to be first because it's the biggest and it's the most visible and the most prominent. Yes, indeed. If I have a website through MailChimp, can that be a link? You absolutely can. MailChimp makes landing pages like that. I don't know how much it costs. It used to be free, but I think it's paid now. Is that correct? But it's fine. If you want to use MailChimp for that, if you want to do it through your website, if you want to use something like Instapage or Lead Pages, or even if nothing else, Google Forms, some way to capture their information, you can absolutely use that as one of your links. Yes, indeed. And yes, you can use Bitly, or I use Rebrandly. So if your channel name or the channel URL is the big, long, ugly thing before you get to 100 subscribers, you can just shorten it using a Bitly link or something like that. Cool. Pearl says, do we have to wait for 100 subscribers to do landing pages? No, you do not. You can do that anytime you want. The only thing that you can't do is link to it from within the video itself. So if I'm doing my video and I'm like, if you've ever wanted to, I don't know, get a list of all the homes in the area that are under $50,000, click this link right here. And they could tap on that link in the video itself and it would go to your website or go to your landing page. You can't do that until you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Unfortunately, that's a rule that YouTube has and kind of stinks, but you can put it in a link in the description box below the video. So you would just say, click this link down below. And I like to go like this because when they're watching the video, even if they're not really paying attention, they're kind of zoning out, but they see you go like this. They're like, oh, what was she doing? And then they look at the description box down below and there's the link and they tap it there. So you can't tap the link in the video itself, but you can tap it down below. Awesome. Last question. How often should you change your banner? As often as you like. I would say every couple of months is fine. If you never change it and you have the same banner for 3 years, that's fine too. I follow a guy named Meet Kevin who seems to do it monthly because he changes it for the holidays. So for October, it's Halloween theme. And then for November, it's Thanksgiving theme. And then for December, it's Christmas theme. And then in January, it's just got snow. And then Valentine's Day and then St. Patrick's Day. I think he changes it just about every single month. If you want to, that's fine. However, once you upload it, just be done with it. You don't need to tweak it nonstop. You can leave it there for 6 months. And then if you get tired of it and you want something different, go change it then. But you don't have to be doing it all the time. Okay. I know. Pearl, 1,000. Yeah, it was. a bummer when they came out with that rule, because it didn't used to have that rule. And then it's been 3 years now. It's been quite a while that they've had that rule. But yep, you got to have 1,000 subscribers before your channel gets monetized, and you can link to your website. And also you can start earning money every time they play an ad during your video. You don't earn any revenue from that until you are monetized on your channel. But that's a whole different video. All right, so your homework tonight is to get some channel art going. If you want to use my template and make your own, please feel free to do that. And if you would prefer to just make it yourself, you can go to Fiverr or any other website where you hire like a virtual assistant to make it for you. Can we not get it to work? Well, that linked to the wrong thing. Well, that would be my, okay, let's see. Day 2 homework. Hey, there we go. Thank you. So you could use Canva, you could use PicMonkey, you could use Photoshop, you can use apps on your phone, you could go to Fiverr or Etsy, you can go to Upwork.com, you can go on Facebook and look for like the Virtual Assistant Tribe Board is the name of a group where virtual assistants are in there, and you say, hey, I need somebody to create my channel banner for you. You could even call your teenage son or daughter or the kid that lives down the street and say, do you know how to do any graphic design? You want to make me a channel banner? Or you can just start with my template. So feel free to go to youtubeforagents.group/channel art and start making your own. It's not going to necessarily be a masterpiece. I mean, I'm no great graphic designer, and I'm guessing that most of you are not either, but it's better than nothing. And at least if you mock it up, then you can go to somebody else and say, this is kind of the look that I'm going for, but can you make it look way nicer than this? And trust me, you will not hurt my feelings if you do that. The guy that I use on Design Owl on Fiverr, there are a million sellers on Fiverr that get great reviews. I just was lucky enough to find this guy, and I've now used him for many, many different projects, and he comes highly recommended. So if you want to give him a shot, at least you know several people now, because I know that I've used him. I know Paul Likens has used him. I think Angela O'Hare has used him. I know a lot of people have used him. And that way he can do it for you if that's what you would like. Sounds like he's had 8 cups of coffee and now it has ended. I'm not really sure. Yes, somebody is, so Jenny just said Ecamm is not friendly with Windows. It doesn't even work with PC at all. Unfortunately, it is only Mac. It's too bad that it's only a Mac program because I really do like it. All right, so that is the homework for tonight. Go ahead and start creating some channel art. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. We have a homework post in the group if you'd like to make a little mock-up and then share it and say, what do you think? Give me your thoughts. Can I get some feedback? Please feel free. People will be happy to chime in and say, I like B better than A, or I think the text is hard to read. Can you make the text a different color? Just something that will stand out against the background a little bit better. And then tomorrow, we are going to be talking about keyword research. This is my favorite topic. I love me some keyword research because this is how we basically do some recon to see what do people want to know about? What are they out there Googling? What are they doing YouTube searches to discover? And how can we get our video to show up in the search results so that they click on our video? So that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow. We will be doing the keyword research training tomorrow. Again, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern in this group under Unit 2. And just scroll down to that one and hit get reminder. That'll probably be the easiest way to get notified right when I start to go live. And hopefully my internet connection will be really stable tomorrow. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.